Hello and welcome to the next training course on using AI for community assessment. This training is organized by NGOs.ai in collaboration with GMARC and Funds for NGOs. So let me introduce the trainers before we move on. Your trainer, Mr. Gopal Kumar Jain, has been working in the development sector for over 3 decades now. He specializes in fundraising, branding and communications, and project management. He has worked with a number of reputed development sector organizations and specializes in CSR and HNI fundraising. The content of this course is primarily based on his experiences of the development sector. I am Vidushi Jain, the co-trainer for this course. I am a graduate in Media and Communications from Symbiosis International University in Pune, India, and Masters in Criminology from National Institute of Criminology and Forensic Sciences in New Delhi. I have worked on development projects with agencies like the UNICEF, Children Against Child Abuse, I2V Development Foundation, etc. I have interned with agencies like the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, etc. Currently, I am pursuing my PhD in the subject of criminology. I have published over 25 training courses and several teach and learn video materials. So let's move on. What is community needs assessment? So, development projects are largely community based initiatives, and hence, understanding the context and needs of community groups is a very important aspect. This aspect is important for designing and planning development interventions. So in most cases, the development agencies, they conduct community needs assessments even before writing a proposal. Findings from the needs assessments indeed become the basis of their project proposals, because only once you have analyzed the needs can you fit in a project as a proposal for solving those needs or adhering to them. So let me try and share the exact definition of what is community needs assessment. A community needs assessment, that is CNA, is a tool that helps social workers understand the needs and characteristics of a community as well as their available resources for mobilization through data collection using quantitative and qualitative methods such as surveys and interviews. CNAs help identify gaps in local services. They prioritize issues, they help with advocacy, and they obtain funding and plan interventions. So, what are the steps that one needs to incorporate while performing a community needs assessment? The first and the foremost step is to define the scope. One of the challenging parts of this assessment is narrowing your focus. If your assessment is not designed with sharpness, it may lead to uncovering several issues of the community. Then you may also attempt to address all of them at once. The second is collect data. So, collecting specific and critical information regarding the relevant aspects of the community's needs is what comes next in process. Once this data has been collected, you will need to analyze it. So the third step is analyze the data or data analysis. This will involve to analyze the information or the data that was collected, referencing a vast database of community needs and non-profit resources that you can use in your project. And fourth and the last is to frame recommendations. Now, once the data has been analyzed, you have identified the gaps or the problems. The next is offering solutions to it or recommending next steps. So, assessment that aligns with the unique requirements of the community and the organization is what we call as framing recommendations. So, you frame recommendations on the basis of what are the expertise for your organization and you offer solutions for the community on the same basis. Collecting data. So, post you have defined the scope for data collection, research and interviews can be used, right? So, you can start gathering secondary quantitative information by reading the government records, census data, the newspaper stories, other agencies' reports, as well as you can research on the internet. So, any research that has already been performed, but you utilize it to create your own data sets is called as secondary data or secondary quantitative data, right? Following steps can be used for collecting primary data. So if you want to collect primary data, what are the tools that you can use? First is standard map based surveys for data collection from stakeholders and community members. So on the basis of the area survey, you perform a sort of data collection mechanism incorporating the geographical mapping of the entire area. Second is community mapping for analyzing and visualizing community assets and resources. So what are the kind of resources that the community needs? That will again be understood through community mapping. Third is workshops and focus group meetings for smaller outreach. So you can individually visit these communities or any such identified strata in the society and organize focus group discussions. And last is obviously individual observations, right? So you can even observe an individual hailing from a particular community or a category of individuals from that community, and then accordingly you can collect your data. This can even involve individual interviews. Data analysis and recommendation. So, data analysis and recommendations is the most important step in the process of community needs assessment, as this defines the future course of action. Also, data analysis is most of the time the most time consuming process, as various data fields that you have already collected in different combination, they emerge into hundreds of information points. So when you actually analyze the data, you need to identify the data sets, identify various factors, identify various variables that you can use in order to analyze the data and create information from it. So this is exactly where AI can play an important role. So AI can process data much faster with efficiency, as well as it can detect inconsistencies in data if it arises, right? So it even reduces the chances of error that may occur while you are analyzing the data. This can provide more democratized access to data and generate reports, because you will be able to access data from a much larger perspective with the help of AI. It also saves a lot of time, because analyzing data from such a large perspective as an individual is extremely difficult. But when I have AI to assist me, it can save time while giving me more accurate results. So now we come to using AI. There are several AI tools that can help you analyze data and that can give recommendations. Whatever tools you use, you need to upload all your data files and get recommendations, right? For best amount of recommendations to emerge, the most comprehensive data is what will assist you. Sharing some examples here, but please note that these are not exclusive and you can use the one that suits your needs the best. The first is Julius AI. Julius AI acts like a consultant. You can ask one question at a time and it provides you the result. The second is quadratic AI. So quadratic AI is used to help you edit your data, and it can even work just like an assistant by your side, right? So you can even denote tasks and accordingly it will make sure that your tasks are either followed or it will remind you in order to do the same. Both of these are great tools for data analytics. But for data visualization, Bricks is a very powerful tool. So post uploading your data, you can create dashboards, you can edit files, you can create decks, etc. Zebra AI. This is a fully dynamic AI in which here too One of the things that you can edit is definitely your information, but also you can make sure that the analytics of the data that has been given can be visualized in a more comprehensive manner, like you using graphs, charts, etc. So you can have data visualization, but in this you can edit your data as well. So this is a USP for Zebra. HubSpot. HubSpot provides a full free resource for ChatGPT, Excel workflows, etc. And the best part about this is that it can work well with Excel as well as with Google Sheets, right? So you can incorporate HubSpot in any of it that you usually use for analyzing or creating tabulations for your data, and HubSpot will help you provide full free resource for the same. AI, like Gamma AI, can create presentations from the reports that have already been generated. So once you have generated your data analysis reports, you can use Gamma to immediately make visual friendly as well as comprehensive presentations with the least amount of efforts. There are other paid AI powered community needs assessment generators also, like Help Seeker and TaskAid. So, one of the free resources, that is ChatGPT, can analyze data that is uploaded in Excel, through Google Sheets, or even through PDFs. But the limitation here is that it does not include multiple sections and tables in a single spread or image, unlike those that have been described above. So we are usually used to using chat gpt as a resource whenever we are analyzing data, but if you would observe and notice, in one single image or table that it gives, multiple sheets cannot be present, right? So these that have already been mentioned, they can explain the data visually in a better manner because multiple sheets can be incorporated, and it may also help you provide functions which otherwise chat gpt as just an AI tool does not. So I would personally recommend that you all use AI and you revolutionize your community needs assessment processes so as to serve better to the community that you work with. So in order to perform a community needs assessment, the steps have been shared with you. In order to implement those steps while you are performing the assessment, these AI tools can be used. So with this slide, we come to an end of this course on AI for community needs assessment. Thank you so much for watching. We sincerely hope that the information shared will help you all down the line. For more such videos and more such information, keep watching Funds for NGOs for AI courses suitable for nonprofits. Thank you and have a great day.